there, YouTube, it's your girl Zerochi, and welcome to my guitar collection, episode 18. Now, it's been a little bit over a year since I've made one of these videos, and the honest reason is I just haven't gotten any new guitars in a year. I did recently, however, get this X Series DK2XR Dinky in a trade. I traded my JS22 Dinky, which was heavily modified for it, and if you have any questions about what specs it had, you can check out the link in the description for more info on that guitar. Now, most of the reason I wanted this guitar is it's hot pink, and it's got the reverse headstock. I really like pink, and I honestly don't think Jackson should make any guitars that don't have a reverse headstock. It's just the best looking headstock that they make. I haven't done a ton of actual part replacements on this guitar. I did swap the locks on the nut out for some gold ones, and the whammy bar out for a gold one too. I thought that the nut would look cool with the gold accents on it, and it does, I think. You can tell me if you hate it in the comments, I guess. But I also didn't get the whammy bar when I traded for it, and I didn't really realize it until it was too late, so I just took the gold whammy bar off of my V back there, and I put it on it because, like, honestly, I can't play two guitars at once anyway, so I may as well use it. These have a licensed Jackson Floyd Rose, which I think actually worked way better than I expected. I've got some instruments with licensed Floyds, some with lower end Floyd Roses, and as far as the licensed Floyd goes, it's pretty good. It's got some pretty standard tuners on it. They're not anything to write home about, but I will say I do think that they were higher quality than the ones that were on my JS22, so I don't really have intent to replace them, especially with it having the locking nut and the Floyd Rose bridge. You don't really need to deal with that nearly as much on this kind of guitar than you do on something with just like a straight bridge. Now, the other thing that I really like about it is the neck pocket contour. So the JS22 has just a block like you would normally see on a Fender guitar, and it's just not super comfortable to be doing this kind of thing. But this one has a little bit of a contour to it, so it's a lot more comfortable to play in the upper register. When I got it, the neck pickup actually didn't work at all. I was like, this is weird. So I opened it up and I checked out the wiring. And I think that the previous owner was trying to do some sort of like phase switch or something like that and just didn't fully understand what they were doing. They had wired the hot wire to where the ground wire should be and the ground wire to where the hot wire should be. So pretty easy fix. Overall, I got the neck pickup working again. But while I was in there, I noticed something kind of interesting. Both of the pickups actually have the wires coming off of them for a coil tap. So I figured I'd take advantage of that while I had the guitar opened and the soldering iron hot and all that sort of stuff anyway. So what I ended up doing is I installed a push-pull potentiometer for the tone knob. So you can pull it out, push it back in. When you pull it out, it activates the coil tap. Now, something else that I wired with this tone knob that I thought was a cool idea is that it only works when it's pulled out. So it doesn't impact the signal at all when it's pushed in. My reasoning for this is that I don't really use the tone knobs on any of my guitars with humbuckers. If I'm trying to dial in a single coil sound for one reason or another, sometimes I do mess around with it. So I wanted the ability to use it for the single coil tones, but just not really care about it when I use the humbuckers. Overall, I was actually really impressed by these pickups. They're both extremely hot. After I fixed the wiring issues, the guitar sounds absolutely fantastic. And I don't really intend to replace the pickups. Part of it is, like, they're pink, and I like the color, and they sound fine. So a lot of the pickups in lower-end guitars, you hear it, and it's, like, too muddy, it's too warm, it sounds weird, what have you. But these didn't really have that problem, so I'm actually pretty happy with them. You can see them in action in some of my YouTube videos, and I think the guitar sounds great overall. So, yeah, there's nothing too crazy that I did with this guitar, but I actually like it a lot. I've been playing it for most of my live shows because it's cheaper than the PRS I've got up there, and most of the guitar songs I play for my live shows are in standard tuning. So having a second guitar that's in standard tuning that I don't really care as much if it gets dinged up or what have you is nice. And it looks pretty freaking cool, especially for the price point on these. I think they're still like $600 or something like that, but the trade was a perfect deal for me. Anyway, that's all I really know about it. It's a pretty standard guitar. You can always look at the fact sheet if you have any other questions. And until next time, stay heavy, my friends.